Mic check. Hey, Tune, what's up? We sounding good? Haven't hit record yet, so I need to do that in just a second. Alright, cool. And on OBS. Alright, here we go. Alright, happy Saturday, everybody. We're getting back in with Defikingdoms, the pet combat bonuses, and some void hunts we're going to focus on today, and then touch over durability on the equipment and enchanting. So I have some pet eggs, so we're going to go to the marketplace, and we're going to incubate some eggs. And for the Halloween event, the blue, gray, and green eggs are the ones that are hatchable. I think on the 29th we went through the blue and green eggs, so we're gonna go and open up some of these gray eggs here. And the Gaia's Favor gives you like 1 entry per egg. Gaia's Grace gives about 10 entries per egg, I believe. And then Gaia's Boon gives the most entries per egg. And that's like an equipment raffle. You can see the odds jump up for each hatching tier, and so do the token amounts. So we're gonna go ahead and do this one with the last of our eggs, and then take a look at some of the bonuses, and then equip some hunt teams with gear and pets, because everybody is unequipped still. Hey Riley, welcome to the stream. Made a lot of Halloween heroes yesterday on Halloween. That was exciting. So these eggs are gonna have a little cooldown. And then the skins on the Halloween event for heroes, you could also do this in the tavern if you wanted to take a peek. But it's the red and purplish colors on those skins. Let's take a look at some of these here. So you can burn Gen 1 10 of 10s, as an example here, to get rarity upgrades and 9 summons, or you can use these Halloween stones on your Gen 0s as well and get 10 of 10s. It's just a lot more fun to dark summon some Gen 1s with 10 of 10s, because you can get those mythics. And then a lot of these here, I just burned through some of my old mythics to try and get some of these advanced classes with the skins. And the purple stone is more geared towards magic heroes, but like the Dark Knight has a hybrid physical and magic attack in the future. And then of course Summoner, we went with the magic stone, so it's got the purple skin. And then some of these red skinned heroes are just misses at my dark summons. But ideally you would have purple skinned mage heroes to get the appropriate bonuses. And before we open those eggs, that part of the event is at the Divine Altar. So we covered that over on X a few times, but not on the YouTube. But if you go in here, probably look at sorting your heroes by level descending, and then get the codex filters on for the heroes that have their combat abilities out. Those are the only ones that qualify. And a lot of the level 20s still have bonuses, and then the other levels are kind of mixed, but definitely dark summons have a lot more bonuses remaining than non-dark summoned heroes. But you can see remaining event rewards. If you don't see that, you won't get the Halloween stones for burning them. But yeah, if I plug one in that I'm not going to burn here, like this one, you can see you can get 2 red or 2 purple stones. It's just 50-50 chance. And then you get your Divine Essence and Greater Divine Essence, and maybe some Void Shards and crystals back if you had a stone on the hero. Alright, now let's go crack open some eggs. So for people that were holding eggs, you could hatch some of them for the event raffles as well. And you might get some nice combat bonus pets out of it too. So we're just gonna pop open all 100 and then we'll click through them here. How's it going, Morganites? Some new faces I'm seeing on the stream today. Did you guys hop over from X or from the Discord? And maybe I just don't recognize your name. But here, right now, mainly I'm looking for the swords. So they go from 1 to 3 stars. For PvP, the best skills can be found on the 3-star swords. But a lot of these have a lot of use in both PvE and PvP. So Flash, kind of like in Pokemon, you can reduce the accuracy of your enemy. But this one looks more like a passive skill, so every time you hit, you have a 3% chance to reduce the target's physical accuracy, not magic accuracy. So there must be another one for that. And I heard a few mythics pop already. So we'll click through some of these. Try and stop if I see an odd. Okay, a 1-star, so increase resistance to intimidate. I think that might happen in boar hunts. Don't think bog hunts intimidate. Kadori, Mighty Hechu, another Kadori. Alright, a boar with a 1-star. Sharpened claws, nice. Increase attack by 2%. I think there's one for spell and one for attack, and I think they go up to 10% on a 3-star as the highest roll possible. And blur, I think, goes to 5%, so you can get some speed bonuses. And there's also one called slippery, which provides the same thing but evasion. Highlands Corgi Dog. A red boar, alright. Clutch collectors are great to look out for too, for anybody who's questing. You can put clutch collector pets on some of your higher level questers and try and get some more eggs out of those. Resistance to poison from Resilient. Okay, we got a decent quester and crafting pet for the future. Alright, here we go, 2-star. So Good Eye, that's a good one. I think that goes to 5%. And there's another something eye one that's for the magic accuracy. So that should help you out if you miss a lot, but it'll help a little bit, not a lot. Here we go. 3-star, first one. Conservative, alright, 11% chance to reduce the cost of your, and like if you're casting a skill that costs mana, you have 11% chance to reduce the mana cost by 40%, rounded down. And there's also one called Ultra Conservative, which does 80%. Alright, we got a Blub, a Wolf. Ooh, nice Fey card. Resistance to poison again. Alright, here we go. Leafdra, so 4% spell. And they gave us these witch hat accessory equipment gear, I think last year. And that one only went up to 4%. It has the highest roll. So this is pretty good on the pet, and this goes to 10% on the 3 stars. So once people get testing a lot of these pets, there's a lot of new combos we can bring out, especially damage wise and defensive wise. Okay, got a 3-star craft. Nice. Be on the lookout for any of those you get without combat bonuses, because 3-star crafts will be what people look for in the future, like they did with combat bonuses. There's Third Eye, so that's the magic accuracy. Skill name. And all of these are shiny because I did that high tier hatching. So you can see that shiny hue in the background of the pet card. Kind of like a full art holo Pokemon card here. Let me flip that. We got a Graceful, so that's going to be good for your boar hunts. You could probably put that on like your archers and priests and seers, stuff like that you don't want to be in the front line. Wolf pup, a stag. Okay, here's a rare background with the runes. Some more uncommon pets. Here's a 1-star. Resistance to slow. So that'll be useful in both void hunts. Bloater Falls. I think that's another rare background. Oh, I like that Fae. Another corgi dog. Alright, some more uncommon pets. Another Fae. Wolf pup, moss kid. Here we go, there's the mythic. Highlands whelp. I don't think I've seen a green one. Okay, it's not an odd, but look at that clutch collector. 280% chance to find a gray pet. So I could throw that on one of my foraging spell bows. The spell bow class is like the best forager for dex and intelligence stats. So that'll be fun. Okay, hobble. On hit. So I think that's a passive again. Every time you hit the enemy, you have a 5% chance to slow the target by 25%. So that makes it pretty good. You know, it depends on how often you can slow them. But if you throw that on a warrior, that's level 15, and you use the cleave passive, and you use the rapid swing, you can hit the front line and midline enemies like up to 3 times each. So 5% chances to slow. So you could hit those a lot more often in those cases. Same thing with an archer. Anything that has multi-hit attacks. And archers can fire 6 arrows with barrage. And I tried out the infect pet that does poison with a double toxic archer that way, and it was poisoning pretty often. Increased resistance to blind, so good in the block hunt. And good in PvP if you're getting hit by blinding winds a lot. Engorged blub. Gain the foraging profession bonuses. So innate pets are really great too. You can throw those on heroes to give them a different profession. Like right now, if they're a miner or gardener, you could change it to a forager with this pet. And then there's slippery. So I think that goes 1 to 5% evasion, which is very, very good, especially on the 5%. More evasion stacking is always good. So Fae, corgi, there we go. Starlight butterfly. I love that one too. That's a nice color with the bloater falls in the background. Only a 2-star though, so it's befuddle. On hit, 2% chance to confuse. So that's good too, but obviously you would try to want to get the 5% ones, which I think is the max on most of these, since it is a passive. So at least it's a 3-star crafter for the future. Not sure what I'll use this on otherwise at the moment. But you could definitely throw that on, you know, just to have it on a hero for combat. And here's a 9-star rune stag. Alright, let's take a look at the bonus. 9% chance to burn. So good on archers, good on warriors at multi-hit, but then definitely good on a wizard if you're using the burn tree, because that should up your burn chance from what it already is, but we need to do more testing. Alright, an emerald green wolf pup on a Legi card. Okay, overall kind of mid-tier with the back, but pretty cool pet. There we go, 2-star boar. And yeah, so if you didn't know, rare cards and higher can get 3-star combat with the sword, and the rarity doesn't really matter. As you've seen, I got that mythic with the 2-star. Okay, rescuer. 3% chance to heal the ally with the lowest HP ratio for 10% of the target's missing HP each turn. So it's a low chance, but these could be kind of nice just to have on one of your heroes. I'm not sure about stacking yet. A lot of these might stack in a way that the percentages don't stack, but you can put them on 3 heroes and maybe one of them heals your hero that turn and the others don't. But yeah, lots of options to try out. Okay, here's another clutch collector, but it's far off from that high roll one I got. That was a 280% chance. but still making use of all of them all the way down until I run out of heroes. Lick wounds, kind of like leftovers in Pokemon. 4% chance to heal a hero for 10% of their missing HP each turn. So this should apply to the hero that has the pet on it only. Got a nice dragon. Okay, an Ent Kid, a Fawn, another Boar, another Corgi, another Fawn, Petchu, Pup, Petchu. There we go, here's a combat. Inner Lids, increased resistance to blind again. Sprigganless Fae, let's see what the quest bonus is. 100% chance of a foraging skill increase. So these will be great on new heroes when you want to speed run their questing skill up. I think a higher questing skill will obviously unlocks the level 10 quests, and in the future we'll have level 20 and higher quests, but not yet. So yeah, if you just make a brand new hero and you want them to go quest, these types of pets are good for that. Alright, an all icy colored card. Wow. Let's flip it over. Bruise. On hit, 5% chance to reduce the target's physical defense by 20% for 15 ticks on the timer bar in combat. That sounds pretty good for a 2-star. So I wonder what 3-star gets to. 10 to 15% chance? So this Bruise could be pretty good. Especially if you're like running a warrior and an archer and you throw these on. More chances to inflict this status on the enemies with multi-hitting heroes. Direwolf. Oh, there we go. 140% chance to find a pet egg. Bop. This one sounded interesting too, and this one probably stops at 5% chance. It's another passive. Trying to think. I think the Gore Staff is really the only equipment that has dazed chance. But you know, if you had like 5% or 4% or a higher odd here, you could just throw this on an archer or warrior and try and get the multi-hits to do the dazing as another option. Leafdra with the 2-star. Shock. This is a good one as well. Definitely caps at 5% chance to stun. But same thing, archers, warriors at the moment, I think are the best use of these types of passives. So you could get a 5% chance for every arrow the archer throws to stun the target, or whatever the percent chance it says here. 3-star crafting, so there we go, that's going to be useful. I like that, kind of matches the lava in the background. Pets with efficient whatever it says, but efficient gives you more XP from the quest you're doing, and there's also a combat bonus that gives you more combat XP. And having a pet equipped also gives you bonus XP during combat modes of all types. And having a mythic pet equipped gives you, I think, like a 20% extra XP from combat modes. So if you had a mythic pet with the extra XP, that would be like the maximum XP stacking. But in general, if you have any rarity pets with that, I think it's called Studious, we'll go look at them in a second. Resistance to Confuse, Arcane Shell, Spell Block Chance, so these are really good. There's one for normal block, and I think they both go up to 10%, which is pretty wild. Hey, Casey Long. What's going on? Alright, a Magic Shell. Increase magic defense by 5%. We'll take a look at some of these. I think they go to 25% for the resistance to M defense or physical defense. Alright, and that's it. So we did 100 Gaia Boon hatches. We can open the other 3. Yeah, one more time. So if you take a look at the rarities and the token fees, mainly the crystal and gold jumps up, and that's it up here. But then you get higher rarities and your shiny chance. So it goes from 1% to 10% to guaranteed shinies. But that went from 3 crystal all the way to 150 crystal, I believe. Yeah, 3, 30, 150. Alright, now while those incubate, we'll go look at my pets. So yeah, if you have this menu here, you can go to your inventory, heroes, equipment, and pets. And this hamburger menu is here in like all the menus. So if you click on it, it'll open the filters. And for pets, we want to look at combat. And the one I wanted to show for void hunts, there's 2 of them. Specifically, there's Studious and Scavenger. If you're on PC, you can also just pop up a Control F and do a word search. On mobile, I don't think so. But yeah, so we'll flip some of these. Let's just flip them around. So some of the 3 stars, Scavenger is the skill that gives you a chance of an increased chance of finding loot, like at the end of your void hunt. Not entirely sure how it stacks though. I think you usually have, I don't know, around a 1% chance of finding equipment, maybe less. And then if you have 100 luck on your entire team, it's like a 2% drop rate. And then 150 luck on your entire team, it's 3% drop rate. So then I don't know how this percent chance stacks yet on top of all that, but having more chance of finding loot is what we want from void hunts. And if you, I mean, they're also pretty rare, so once you equip those on your best high luck teams, it's probably optimal. Then you can look for your Studious pets, look for heroes that you want to speedrun XP on the fastest, and then you can throw on your higher rarity, higher XP pets on your most desired heroes you want to level up. But Studious, 30%. That could be one of the higher rolls. I don't know if that's the maximum. But since I'm seeing 3-star, 23%, 25% XP, 2-star, 11%. So maybe 30% XP is the maximum. Not sure there. So let's take off the XP and look at Scavenger. So it looks like I only got 6 over here. That might be all I got. So they're kind of rare, which makes sense because getting loot from void hunts is pretty powerful. Especially now that we have durability and enchanting out, people are going to be burning their equipment and turning it into dust and fragments to enchant their equipment, which we'll hop over too soon. But I'm assuming this caps a 25% chance of finding loot because my 3 stars are all around the low teens. Yep, all of them. They're all around that 10 to 14%, and then this one is up to 23. So it must cap up there. But yeah, there's a lot of pets you can look through, and if you don't have any pets, you can go to the pet catalog, and you can look at 1, 2, 3-star pets in the filter, and you can click on whatever you want to look at. And since I filtered by 3-star, the rarity doesn't matter here. Scavenger, 25%. So, Yo Mama Ledger, hit one of those. Very lucky. But it looks like there might only be 100 pets that have this at the moment. There can be more as people hatch more eggs. Somebody is selling it theirs. Okay. I think there's also, oh no. So I'm in the catalog. If we go to the buy, so pet catalog, buy pets. You could also do this as well. So if I wanted to look at the best void hunting pet for getting loot, we can put that filter on. Scavenger and 3-star. Only 2 people are selling. It doesn't mean it's worth this, but You know, if someone wants to buy it, they will buy it. But over more time, we might see some more pets listed in some of these categories. I think Diamond Hands is the only one that's useless at the moment. Disarm is going to be very powerful, but it's not out yet. It might come out next year. And I think that's tied to the Monk class, which is our final codex coming out on the basic hero tier. So we'll probably see the Scholar, Thief, and Legionnaire come out before the Monk. Or Legionnaire and Monk last, something like that. But Scholar and Thief should probably be first, right? Alright, so you guys can play with that. The other thing for equipment is going to the Alchemist. So if we go out to the world map, you know, everything's here. The Alchemist is here, so you can also get there that way. This Enchanter is the one for equipment, but real quick, if we look at crafting that we've already had here for years, you can craft potions from questing materials and gold. So all of these are materials you get from questing. Gaia's Tears you get from void hunts as well. And you can also get gold from doing PvE, because the chests you open can give you gold. And patrolling gives you gold as well. And so does the mining quest. So you could look at that if you ever wanted to craft instead of buying those potions from the marketplace. And you can also upgrade items. So Moksha runes also drop from questing and void hunts as a rare chance. And there's pets that up the chances there. These stones are used to level your heroes from 10 to 20. And they might be used in other ingredients I haven't seen yet. But whenever you upgrade anything, it looks like it's requiring at least Divine Essence for the lower tiers. And then for like a greater, let me get to a greater crystal. So here's a greater crystal. This one costs Divine Essence and Greater Divine Essence. But both of the essences you can get at the Divine Altar for burning your heroes. And that's also part of this event that goes to January right now at the Divine Altar, which I covered in the beginning. But if it says remaining event rewards, you can get some of these blood or hex stones, and you can hold on to these forever, kind of like a Pokemon booster pack. So they could go up over time, but probably over a longer time. But right now you can use them in summoning to guarantee a red skin color and plus 4 total stat points. So 1 to 4 stats that are listed here: strength, dexterity, endurance, vitality, and then primary growth rate of 1% to each of those stats, and secondary growth rate of 2%. So it's almost like a regular stone, but better if you like the skin color. And that was, you know, how you get those ingredients to upgrade items. And if you do training quests, you can get, where are they? So here's all the training quests. If you do training quests, you can get lesser crystals to drop. And if you get enough of those, you could go into here and upgrade those lesser crystals into a regular crystal, but it's just called like finesse crystal. But if you see here, this one's lesser finesse. And then the biggest one is a greater. Now we want to look at the enchanter. So dusting equipment. And if you try and dust a fresh equipment, you get the least amount of dust and fragments. You can also convert them to a Vizzy if you pay 50 jewel. You can do that to any equipment, and you can do them for any reason. But one thing which is funny would be PvP. You dust low tier equipment and you hide your really good equipment that way so people don't see it. But if you use up the durability to 0, it doesn't really give you that much dust or fragments. What gives you more of a multiplier is going from 5 to 4 and all the way down to 0. Repairs left. And And then if you want to look at enchanting, we would select a gear like maybe a PvP item. We can take a look at that. So if I select an enchantment, this one wants 25 dust fragments, but no equipment fragments. So sorry, just dust. I'm just going to call it dust and fragment. And right now there's no real market yet. We need to make a lot more, but some people have been listing theirs on the bazaar. If you want to look at the bazaar limit orders. We'll click through some of these. So reinforcement 5% looks like the low tier. And then 20% chance. So if you have really good equipment and you don't want to look at getting some of the other bonuses and you want to protect your durability on the gear, you could look to get these. I'm thinking this might make the most sense on a Scully Eye or very high speed pants or a very high rolled Excalibur, stuff like that, because this is pretty pricey. To have 5 fragments and 125 dust, that's gonna take a while. And this, wow, resilience on every roll. So this is the first roll, and resilience is every roll. So that one just exponentially shot up. Increase attack by 2%, increase attack by 10%. Okay. Increase spell by 2, increase spell by 10. So enchanting is like a layer of having another pet. But it doesn't look like there's a lot of variety yet. This is enchanting light. Once, maybe in a few years, once we have our land releasing, the land NFTs, and then the real crafting releasing, where we use our heroes, actual crafting on the hero card to do this instead of the NPC, there should be a lot more variety of skills to enchant. This is just enchanting light. So it looks like the same thing. Yep, very basic list of enchants. And I don't know if anybody in the chat right now is a DFK expert, but if you do know if there's more enchants, let us know. I could try looking at a magic item now, because we looked at a physical weapon. But it's all the same. So you could just choose spell or attack, yeah. So that's all the enchanting we're going to have for the time being. But to sum it up, it's kind of like adding another pet to your team. Either a low roll pet or a high roll pet. Because spell 10% is like the maximum you could get from a pet. So if you don't have enchants, you're not going to be at a huge disadvantage, but if you have pretty solid teams with a good pet, you could kind of compete here and there with RNG against people that do have some of these enchants, but I think it's going to be a bit before people really start getting these enchants, because this probably is going to be weeks out from people really having many of these enchants, if not months out. It's going to take some time, but if you go to Dust, we'll cover something here that people are doing. They're buying cheap gear, which we can look at here. So buy equipment, and you can only get dust from equipment that is blue or purple, which is rare or higher. So these vendor items are not blue or higher. Their rarity is lower. So if you dust these, you can't really get dust or fragments. So if you go to accessories right now, pretty much all of these are rare or higher. Like these are blue, 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 and this is mythic. I don't think that really matters that it's mythic for these specific accessories. But you can look at the floor prices here. Actually, is this one not rare or higher? Is this the only one? I'm looking at the color, it looks a little different. Yeah, so this Ring of Dueling might be the only accessory that doesn't qualify, given its price, because everything else has been flying up. Because people are buying these to either dust or do this. So if I equipped this to a hero, and I was able to do a Void Hunt or Patrol and lose 1 durability, I could go in and repair it. But you can't repair an item that has full durability. So if I got this to 99, I could repair it. And then I could go back to 100. And then I could get it to 99, repair it, and do that all the way down to 0. And then that way I could speedrun it. But I think the word is, when you take this specific item and you run it all the way down to 0 repairs, it goes up like 10x. So you get 20 dust maybe, and 0.2 fragments. I'm not entirely sure if that's accurate, but we'll get some testing on my channel eventually. But that's what I want to get into next. And I think that covers most of the stuff I was gonna do before we void hunt. So now if you go to this menu, you can get to the void hunts this way too. It just gets you to the NPC, or you can go to the tavern and then talk to the hunt guy. And if you didn't know, right behind him there's a daily hunt raffle board. There's always one person a day that can win the 1,000 crystal. You would look at your entries, total entries, and it gives you the percent chance of winning. Right now we have 18 days left of Team Goose sponsoring the honk token. And the honk token is very useful for buying any in-game item in DFK because it has the least slippage. So any stone or material or divine essence or greater divine essence or those new Halloween stones, you could go to the marketplace, trader. Let's look at honk. I have honk on my other wallet, but let's look at these new stones like the hex stone. If I wanted to buy one, the slippage is 1.3% for honk. If I wanted to go look at crystal, my slippage is 1.57. If I go to jewel, it's 1.51. But now if I put in 2, it's 3%. And then if I go to honk and put 2, it's 2.6%. So just examples like that. So the honk guild has given us a total of 6 months of this year, and it's almost running out. So once this runs out, it's going to be a little dry for a bit until we get another sponsor. But when it does run out, we will always have this here. So every day somebody could win that 1,000 crystal. It's guaranteed that somebody wins it every day, but only one person. Now let's go here. We'll look at a boar hunt. And if you haven't done this before, the boar hunt starts with level 10 heroes. And the other one is a lot harder. It starts with level 12 heroes. So if you've never done it, you would want to stick to the boar hunt for a while, because strategy wise it's a lot easier than the bok hunt. The bok hunt can make you retry a lot more often. And right now I want to look at my minimalistic teams. So we're gonna go here, maybe flip this to 40 luck, and take a look at what my best luck team is. 66 luck on that warrior, 58 luck on that warrior, 54, 51. What's this? Oh, that's level 14. Holy shit. That's gonna be a beast with luck. Okay. But I think I'm gonna focus on the pirate warrior for this void hunt. Pirate warrior. Okay, so we got our team right here. And I'm not going to use like this PvP gear, so let's go in here, unequipped all. So that's a new quality of life that the devs just added on October 29th too. This was not here. You had to go in and remove things one at a time and they would pile up in the queue, but now you can just go unequipped all. And here, I'll unequipped all too, but you have the option to repair all your gear, repair broken, feed your pet, and it should throw them in the queue too. Aw, shoot. I think I just messed that up, didn't I? One more time. And now we're gonna view equipped in queue, so it's all here. We're gonna remove everything. And there's no cooldowns on any Vizzy, which is like a Fortnite skin. There's no cooldowns on equipment anymore of any kind. There's only cooldowns for pets. And that's because pets are forever. So they don't want people to just dump all their excess pets. And so if you move pets around, the pet's gonna have a 24-hour cooldown. Yeah, go on. Yeah, get on all those raffles for sure. So let me refresh. Now they have no equipment. I'll look at my highest. I don't know if it matters, but I'm gonna look at my highest luck and put my best scavenger pet. And this team is gonna all have scavenger pets only. So my high roll that I got was a 23%. I'm gonna see how that does on my highest luck hero. And then the second highest luck is 58. So I think that's what, a 13%? I have a 14, so I'll put the 14 on you, and then I'll put a 13% on you. And they don't need XP because they're level 20, so I'll save this mythic. Now gear-wise, I'm gonna go ahead and use my vendor gear daggers, which is the Squire's Dagger, level 10. You can go to the marketplace. Can I do that on another tab? Yeah, let me open up one more tab here. And go to the marketplace. Okay, so if you need a weapon, you would go to the marketplace and talk to the weaponsmith. If you need armor, same thing, talk to the armorsmith. Let's look for that dagger. So here's the daggers, but they have level 3, 6, and 10. So this is the dagger I'm going to be using. And if I wanted to buy one dagger, it's 28,000, we'll say 400 gold. So if I go into here and I put crystal and I put gold, let's just say 24,000 gold. It's going to be around 3 crystal. And if I wanted to look at buying it on the tavern for equipment, you can see everything costs a lot more than just buying the gold yourself and trading it in here. So this is probably the best way to get your own vendor gear, is to buy the gold or get the gold from questing with your miners or patrolling or whatever else you're going to get your gold. And if I go in here and buy one of these, essentially I'm just spending 3 crystals worth of gold to get one, and then it's going to process my transaction. And I got one. But I already had some, but that was for demonstration. So you see 19, let me refresh. I should have 20 now. Squire's Dagger 20, level 10. Now what you will see on my box is 1.5 times crit. This was only from the first week, and so all these daggers are going to probably break and go away quickly. But the one I want to look for is +1. So when you mint your dagger, you're going to have an increased crit chance of 5%, a crit damage multiplier of 1x, and a 5% chance to inflict bleed. But also, you get 15% speed just from equipping this. So that's also very nice. And if we look here, physical damage, base accuracy, 90%, 15 dex. Damage modifier dex 0.7x, max of 30. So if you have 30 dex, you would get 0.7 of that. So you need more than 30 dex to be times that 0.7 to have that max damage of a 30 point dex stat, I believe. But this stuff was always a little confusing to me. I just kind of equipped them in play. But if you wanted to min-max, you could probably do some testing there and reading the docs further. I think I'm okay with putting on some of my good gear. But I'm probably going to look for my most basic gear I can find. I think for this specific equipment, Feather Duster, 1.2x multiplier, 1.8x multiplier is the basic lowest multiplier, so I want to look for those to burn at first. Recovery chance 2.5, 10, 10. That's also the base. So this is, well, it has extra evasion, so that might be good to save for PvP maybe. But 5% evasion is the base there. Okay, this one I could throw on and burn through. And then for equipment, I might want to test burning some party hats as well. So these are all in my queue now. I don't have to submit the transaction yet. I can go to my warrior. I'll probably start to burn some gore blades. These are simple. Just look for 5% bleed. That's the base. Bach mail. I'll burn some of the floor bonus ones I have. So 50 initiative, 10%, 10% is the base here. They all have this 5% here. 1.8, 1.2 is also the lowest rolls here. And evasion -5 is the base. It can go lower for a higher roll. So we're going to equip that one. Shield-wise, I'm not going to be burning these shields at the moment. I'm going to save these, I think. But, oh, I need to send these to Zipper. They're bugged. RIP. If I do have a floor shield, there's no way to fix these on my own, huh? Yeah, I think I need to send these. So if you have anything that looks like this, you need to send the equipment ID in the support chat to Dr. Zipper in Discord. Just some mass update bugs we have here and there, but they're working through them really quickly. So this has a high roll on the spell block. This doesn't. Increased spell block chance, damage reduction. These are both low rolls. This is a medium-ish roll here. 5, 12, 15. So this one might be better to burn up than that one. Because I'll take it back. I want to test burning one mythic shield since I have a few. I'm not going to be equipping all my hunters with these. No, this might be the only one. But I want to put that on my warrior with higher HP, so let's do him first. It was 12, 15. Here we go. And then accessory, we can test a different one. How about I test breaking a shellment? Because he's going to be my tank, so I'll take extra damage reduction. Which one do I want to burn color-wise? What color do I not care about? Maybe that has a high roll, 5%. That's for PvP. 2.5, 2.5 are the ones I can burn. Purple is always my favorite. So I don't know if I want to burn that. And this color reminds me of Zelda. The yellow and green. Purple and white. I think I could go with this one. We'll look for one more Bach armor. That's a low roll. So I want to see 50, 10, 10 on this side. Or close to. 50, 10, 11. This might be close enough, but it has a lower evasion roll. We're almost there. 50, 10, 10, 1.8. That's pretty low. Another low evasion roll. And 2.1 defense modifier, I think, is the high roll. And that magic defense, I think, goes to 1.4. So this is a very high roll defensive equipment, but not high roll over here. Same with this one. Low roll magic defense, high roll physical defense multiplier. 70 initiative is the high roll. 60 initiative, I want to save. 50, 12, 10. I might be able to use this. Yeah, let's go with this one. And then the easy part, another gore blade. Okay, here we go for this one. For you... Let me equip them real quick, because I think I'm going to put a Gorax on this warrior. because I don't need 2 shields, so I can burn a Gorax on the other one, and I can make him do the spinny spinny whirlwind. I honestly should have all 2 of them doing that, because they have high luck. But I'll make one a tank. Okay, here, I'm not going to use a shield, I'm going to use a 2-handed weapon. So remove and swap equipment with a Gorax. We'll look for a 25-20, which would be the lowest roll bonuses on the Gorax. Should have at least one somewhere. Because I figure why not start with burning my lowest roll equipment and saving the rest for now, right? Goodness, am I going to have to burn a 26? We'll go with this one. 26-19. So 1% higher, 1% lower. And you need an accessory. We were going to do a party hat, I thought. Yeah, or I could burn up one of these low rolls. But then I'm going to lose out on accuracy. What's your dexterity? Oh, I think I can afford that. Let's try it. 15-16. What's my lowest? I guess these. But that's a low ID number. Let's burn you. Okay, one more time. Submit all transactions. Okay, cool. Now that this team is set, yeah, it looks good. We got the one hero with the shield, everything else is equipped. Let's pop them in. Pirate in the back, damage warrior in the middle, tanky warrior up front. Okay, and if this was your first time, these would be blank, and you would have to select your skills, starting with row 1 down. For my pirate, I'm just keeping it simple, going down the luck tree for the Void Hunt, since he is built for luck. And this warrior, I could go with Warcry. Is that a good choice? He has 34 endurance. Let's try that. Warcry will take extra lifesteal. We'll do Whirlwind because we have the 2-handed weapon and high luck for crit. And for this one, I don't know if it matters. I could take Rapid or I could take Punish. Punish does a lot of damage if you get them bleeding. And I don't want this on you. I'm thinking here we'll go Brutal Rend, Punish, all bleed with the defensive passive. So we can try and get bleeds to pop from him. I'll throw that on just to have it, but I'm probably not going to use the tier 5 skill in this fight. And then if you don't have a potion loadout, you can create one after obtaining potions. You can buy or craft them. But I filled up my stone weight. If I remove one, it lowers that stone weight, so this will add 3 back. So I'm taking 3 HP potions, 3 mana, and 2 anti-bleed. The anti-bleed has been handy for me in boar hunts. You could just cleanse it, but I'm not taking a healer. And I do have 1 cleanse, and that's it. So if I get bleed stacked up on this guy, I could be taking over 100 damage per turn, which I want to avoid. So let's go ahead and start this, and we'll put it in full screen. Alright, there we go. The sound's coming in. So I could start out with this war cry. 11% chance, increased damage to all party members for 2 turns. 3% increased accuracy for 2 turns. I have a 71% chance to intimidate all the enemies individually by 15%, and so I think that lowers their damage dealt to me by 15% for 1 turn. And if Punish was used last turn, I also have a 71% chance to silent everybody. So I could go Punish into that, but for now I'm just gonna start with this, and then I'm gonna do Whirlwind, because that's my highest damage skill. And it probably would have been better if I equipped this warrior with the Gorax and did double Whirlwind, because they are strong heroes and they can afford to do that. But for now, since we're playing this a little defensively for the video, I'll go ahead and start with this. So that'll give me extra defense because I have the buff passive already on. I got pushed backwards, so that's not good. I gotta move this guy back to the front. And then I got bleed, 25 damage for 3 turns. Yeah, let's just go ahead and Whirlwind. I'm doing this. Okay. Punish. Yeah, I need to put this guy back in the front. So they both have bleed already. That's not good. 27 and 25. This guy should be fine. See, this one's already up to 54 damage because their bleed is stacking. So I'm gonna need to use a coagulant potion already on that warrior. I will just go ahead and do it with himself. If I use cleanse, I can just get bleeded again. The potion gives me immunity to bleed for 50 ticks. Each one of these lines is a tick. So whenever you see something mentioning ticks anywhere, like the pets mention ticks on some skills, that's a tick, that's a tick, that's a tick. I think I'm just gonna try and get a poison on the boss. And if you're new to the boar hunt, the strategy is to not take out either of these little boars until Mama says wild charge, like right now. So as soon as you see that, you're free to KO one or both of these, it doesn't matter. Now if I use this, I could get increased speed on my heroes or my warriors. So I rolled the heads, so they're gonna get increased agility, 15 agility for 40 ticks. If I rolled the tails with that, it would have been increased damage instead. So I'll take the agility. I'm gonna try and take out these boars as fast as possible, so we're gonna put all the damage on the boars now, the little boars. I think I can afford that. I might need to throw a health potion on him before he gets hit though. So I might use it with this warrior up here, right before Mama. Big boar is up. Oh, I forgot to equip any Vizzies, so I don't have any skins on my heroes right now. But after this hunt, I can show some more about the skins we have for heroes. Ooh, so I took 510 damage. That was a big one. And I got dazed. That's not good. I still have immunity to bleed for 25 ticks. So this boar used Nuzzle to heal this boar. So he can't do that again for 5 more turns. So which means is I don't want to take his HP down too low, or the boss's HP down too low, because then this boar will use Nuzzle because it doesn't have amnesia. So if I try to kill this boar first, this boar will heal this boar. So we want to focus all our damage now right here. So I'm going to go ahead and use a crit aim to get increased critical strike chance with 20% for 2 turns, which is huge. And then on his next turn, I can use that whirlwind. Uh-oh. Okay, low damage, so nobody's gonna get healed. I'm gonna try and... I don't know why. I'm gonna try and bleed it, though. Let's see if it works. Nope, but I got some lifesteal back. Gonna have to heal it soon, but I think it can take a little more damage. And now if I try this, it has 800 initiative, but I want him to move before the big boar. And it does, so it puts him here right before the big boar, so I'm gonna charge it up. But there's also a chance these little boars can headbutt him and daze him and put him out of commission until after Mama's turn. So I think I'm just gonna basic attack because I want to guarantee I kill at least one of these baby boars. So we got a crit, that was huge. Now we're gonna go whirlwind with a 30% crit chance, 36% crit chance. We're getting that 6% crit from the axe, 20% from the critical aim active skill we used for 2 turns. So that's 26 right there. So is the other 10% crit coming from the luck of my hero? That's pretty huge if so. Let's see what whirlwind does. If I can get a crit, that's going to be pretty big. We only crit the boss. Not good, not good. Can I take you out? No. We're not going to be able to do it. That's a big rip. So I was unable to do enough damage to kill at least one baby boar before Mama's exhaust expires. Once the exhaust expires, if I take out one of these boars, it's going to use Rampage on my entire team, and that's a big hit. So that gives me 300 initiative. I think I'm going to go with Iron Skin. And then I'm going to charge up the starboard, and then I need to heal this one. And I'll get some initiative back. Because what I'm going to have to do is kill him and try and kill him at the same time and tank the damage from the rampage. Because I don't want these guys using Nuzzle. It wastes a lot of time. Let's be safe and use the Kraken first to get that up on the time bar somewhere. So it's off here yet, it's not yet visible. I'll show that once it appears. And I'm already out of potions, that's wild. I'm gonna have to use this. So they definitely made the hunts harder than they were before October 29th. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and kill as much as possible. So there's my Curse of the Sea. So once this comes up, that big Kraken is gonna appear and try and do damage to all 3 enemies. Okay, so he used Headbutt, but I didn't get dazed. So whenever you have a hero that does something that says channel for whatever initiative, these boars, if they don't have amnesia on Headbutt, they're going to try and Headbutt that hero and try and daze it. And if it gets dazed, your mana is gone, and your channeling is gone, and you are slowed down on the time bar. So that's a big disadvantage. I don't really want to damage you or you yet. I think I'm going to go in with this, Intimidate Warcry. And then try and do a basic here, so then my pirate can take you out. And then Mama is probably gonna kill one of my... if the rampage might kill my pirate, but we'll see. Oh, 938 damage to my tank? Yeah, that's wild. I've never seen that before. Okay, so what we need to do is take out the boss really fast. We have 2 heroes plus a Curse of the Sea before the baby can heal Mama with Nuzzle. So I'm going to put all my damage on the boss and hope we can take out the boss by the time I do Kraken. Because this baby boar is going to heal Mama for a lot if I'm not able to kill the boss. Ah, there we go. And you saw that big heal. So I might be toast here. I might lose this fight. have to change up our void hunt strategies now that they're so hard. I think it would have been a little easier though if I used double whirlwind right off the bat, but I didn't equip the borax on this guy. And oh, okay, I get to survive. What's the damage from this? 98? So it's gonna die as soon as its turn is up. I can't cleanse it. Ooh, my last chance to win the void hunt. I need to KO the baby. Yes, we did it. Now I need the boss to not kill my pirate. Do not kill my pirate. Oh, okay. We survive. 350. Perfect. Okay, now I'm out of mana and I'm out of potions, so this is useless because it only affects my allies. So I got basic attacks for the win, and that's it. You miss? Okay. Yeah, I think all I'm gonna do is I could try and put this up to get less damage taken, but I don't know if it's the wisest decision anyway, because look at all the damage. I'm screwed. Unless I crit, I lose. We lose, I believe. Oh, what's the bleed? One more chance. I've never had a hunt this close. Holy crap, we won with 5 health. Yeah, they definitely, they either made these harder or they made them scale to make it harder for people using stronger stat heroes. Because that was way harder than it was a few weeks ago. I took a break to summon all my heroes down. Okay, so when you clear a combat mode, there's a % chance to lose durability, but it's not guaranteed. But it looks like I lost 1 point of durability on all my gear, which is fine because I want to eventually dust these things. I have a jewel power-up called Thrifty, so I got my coagulant potion back that I used. I lost my 3 health potions. And then unused potions are just returned. So this one and these 3 I didn't use, so I got them back. But I did use that 1 coagulant potion, and it says Thrifty, which means I got a used potion returned back to me. And we got 6 tiers. Nice. And there's also a 10% or less chance of getting like a loot chest. And if you do get one of those, it would be down in the bottom of your inventory, and you would open that chest and it would say like unlock, and you would do the transaction, wait 20 seconds, and then it would appear up here somewhere where it says open chest. And if you have multiple stacked up, you can open them all at once. And those chests can give you DFK gold. I don't know if they give you tiers, but they give you lesser crystals, regular crystals. You can even get greater crystals as a rare chance. I'm not sure I've seen stones come out of them, but definitely crystals, which are used to level up heroes. Let's go ahead and look at this here. Actually, I want to look at the ones. So the Halloween heroes, I put some skins on already. Let's just take out the filter. Let's look at some of the Sage Dragoons that have these already. Okay, yeah, there we go. So the big muscly appearance you see here is a visage, which is basically a skin. It doesn't do anything but change the looks. And you can swap these around your heroes as much as you like. So you can get skins for like the head portion of the hero. Like, what would be a funny one? I'll just put that on for now. We have some weapon visages, but not a lot yet. And these can't go on the lance. But I'll add the head visage to it and see how that looks. But yeah, the muscle suit's my favorite for anything that has a Halloween skin. Because we got blue, green, white, red, and purple now. And it just blows up the skin color the best. Yeah, you can see the headpiece that I just added from that skin just popped up on the hero. And if I were to remove them, quick actions, unequipped all, you can see the hero how it looks without it. So that'll be this guy right here, Dragoon Pirate. Where'd it go? Right here. So now he has his default appearance. So you can only see the Halloween skin through the face and the arm segment that's showing. So that's my favorite visage for these theme skins. And these came from our partnership with Metis and the Hercules decks. And we were able to mint these last year, I believe, at the Visage shop. And right now there's nothing here, but we're waiting patiently. So hopefully soon they'll get to making some more skins and they'll appear here. And typically you can buy them with Jewel or USDC. We have both, you know, we got USDC and Jewel here. Don't think we really have USDT on this subnet. So I'm wondering if AVAX doesn't really have a lot of USDT and they have more USDC, is that why? But yeah. So yeah, covered a lot in this video. Probably got to do some stuff now today, but we can look at doing the Bad Mother Clucker, the Bach Void Hunts another time. But like I said, that one's quite a bit harder in difficulty than the Boar Hunt. And you almost always are going to want some kind of support like a priest or a seer for this one. But we'll see how hard it is next time I try it. I think I'll just first try that one team on it later today. But they're out of stamina. I could use a stamina potion and hop right in if I wanted to. But I'll just let them refill and then go ahead and do it when I'm free later. But one thing I want to change is this. I want to remove swap, and I want to try a double Glorax team and see if I can beat the Bach hunt like I used to with either Archer double Pirate, no, Archer double Warrior or Pirate double Warrior or triple Pirate, because that's how I was beating it with high luck teams before. I did lose here and there, but with all these crits and multi-hits of the enemies, it was working out decently. I think I want to go with 25-18. Go with that one now. And then this team should be ready once I'm ready to do this hunt later. But yeah, that was wild. Literally, I had 5 HP left, basic attacking the boss boar to win that one there. Refresh. Okay, cool. So yeah, once I try this again, I'll see if using double whirlwind, starboard cannons, kraken combos, basically it's all AoE damage to see if I can more easily beat these hunts. It should still be doable, but your RNG of missing and not critting is probably where I'm going to lose and have to do retries. And I'm only going to do that on my high luck teams. Definitely not going to do that on my normal teams. They're going to be strategized. So we can do videos later where I'm strategizing the teams better. And once we do that, I can also look at utilizing some more of these PvP pet bonuses, PvE pet bonuses. Like a lot of these in the first half are more geared towards niche things, but you can also try and stack them up in PvE depending on what bonus it is. Like Daze Resistance would be a really good one. I don't remember what it's called, but we have basically resistance to everything. There's even one pet that does all status resistance. And if you see a pet and it says SER, that's status effect resistance. I don't know which one it was though. It's not Slippery and Blur are evasion and agility, so it's not those. Maybe I don't have it out? Not sure. But that was another good one. If you did manage to pull it, aside from taking a look at your individual status resistance pets, but Daze, Push, Pull exist as individual status effect pets, which would be great for the boar hunt. You can get stunned by the mama boar, I believe, by both Wild Charge and Rampage. That's a possibility. And the Bach, Bad Mother Clucker, so the boss there can also stun your team with Body Slam. But Blind Resistance would be great for the Bad Mother Clucker Void Hunt, for another example. But yeah, you could take a look at a lot of things right now. There's definitely way too much to do and catch up on, so you can have fun and dive in. But yeah, if there's any questions or ideas, or things we want to see, you can put in the comments of the video. That should be up once I end this live stream. And I think that's it for now. Thanks for joining.